Now, I recognize this because this...
that is your baby,
yes,
right? They're brothers and sisters. Well, that's a very simple project for somebody too.
Ah.
All I do is, this is an orange juice can, as you well can recognize this. Yeah. And all I do is pinch the corners, as you can see, and make an eye design. And then I cover it with fabric and some gimp or trim and decorate it with an old earring, some ribbon. And they're a great place to leave the reading glasses, because every time you put a reading glasses down, you lose them and you never can find them. Yeah. Of course, Alicia, you're too young, you wouldn't know about that. But us graciously older ladies and gentlemen sometimes do have an issue with that, and so therefore it makes a very easy thing to find. And you can put them all over the place, and it's a free thing you can do. I mean, and it's fun. It calms you. It soothes the nerves.
But you can't stop though. Once you start saving this stuff, then you have to go into business.
Darlene, it gets crazy. I have to get control now. The goddess cannot keep that. She's got to let that go to the recycling. She can keep this. My garage is just beyond belief.
What about this item?
Oh, this is of course a yogurt container,
yes.
And I thought the shape was very interesting.
It is.
So I reviewed that and I thought, now what can I do with that? Well, I turned it upside down and I gold leafed it with this, and I put in, the goddess is very safety conscious. Everything she makes has to be safety-wise, and this has a door pull that one uses for a slider. So I inserted that at the top, which is the bottom of that container, and then I found a candle, and wouldn't you think a pair of these or 5 of these going down straight of right in the middle of your table could be quite nice.
Now, this is sprayed? Is that how you do that?
The gold leaf comes in a kit, very easy for people if they can read just what to do. It's maybe a 2 to 4 step process, so this takes time because it has to dry an hour in between that. Where this is very quick, and of course this is instantaneously.
It's really, really clever. Well, do you want to get up and see a few
items? I do want to get up. This is more of an involved project, but this is about an 8-hour project. But this is not the type of thing, Darlene, that you can sit down or stand up and do it. What I did is I did this over a period of time. But this is my book box table. And I'm very excited about this because as we're looking at this table is free, absolutely free.
Really?
The glass on top of it to protect the books was all recyclable. The books came from my mother and father. There was a first dictionary when they got married, and I kept them. The fabric was a fabric sample that was discontinued in our profession. This is wood underneath this, which is salvageable scraps of wood.
Yes.
The legs are doorknobs, old doorknobs that I had, that I saved, of course, just like you, of course. And then there was
the pages. That's brass, isn't it?
That is brass.
I recognize that.
Yes.
I mean, it's a little, it could,
But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it old.
Oh, the character.
See, it has a little character to it.
Yes.
And then the pages were
nice.
About a book that were falling apart. Now, let me tell you about books. Books are you would think they're recyclable because they're paper. However, you must understand that the bindings of books are not recyclable. That means if people dump books, they go into the landfill. So my idea was to pull the bindings off, use them in different ways, and then the paper, the paper I didn't use, was recyclable. But there's a trick to this box. I'm going to take these books off and show your audience what happens. Now this, and I've got it backwards, so we're going to turn it around. This is what I've done.
You got a pet in there, right?
No, I know pets. And we're not into lizards and worms. But this is a little storage box. But here it is, and I've lined it all.
Oh, decoupage, right?
That's right.
So pieces of paper,
cut,
antique paper, and then you glue it on there and put some sort of finish, right?
I put a finish, a very clear lacquer over it, and then this sits like this. Okay, and I do have a little treasure.
Let's hold this up and let them see this decoupage.
Yeah, there it is again.
It's really pretty. You can get close up on it. You can actually see. I mean, it's quite pretty. It's quite pretty.
It was a poetry book that was falling apart, and I had to have it.
But it's just kind of romantic, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And you can always read it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can always.
We have to do everything. We have to read it. And then this is a little table that goes right next to a chair, a little chow table we call them in the biz, I should say.
Wow.
And these are very expensive, and yet this cost me nothing to reproduce it.
Wow.
Absolutely
To
nothing.
good use.
Yes,
Very
very
nice.
good use.
Wow.
And the books, libraries have books on sale, or you can get them at yard sales or garage
Oh, I
sales
have
or
plenty
estate
of
sales.
books.
And the sizes have to be compatible,
Well,
big
yeah.
enough. And then you
I
build
guess.
the box to match the.
But everybody has old books, I'm sure.
I know.
And I know I do. And you don't really want to throw them away because you figure they're valuable.
That's
to
exactly
somebody.
it.
So here you can make them valuable
I
again.
know. And so this is a table that sits next to a chair in my house that I use. And once in a while it comes out and it's on TV.
Ah.
Then this project right here, I'm showing what you can do with a coffee can. This
Okay.
is the before, and this is before. And these are bamboo sticks. And
Sure.
bamboo can be gotten in the yard. Bamboo, once you start to grow it, it goes real
Yeah.
fast.
I had that stuff. It's like it wants to come inside the house.
Exactly. It wants to take over your world.
Yeah.
And then I built it. So all I did was hot glue the bamboo sticks to the coffee can. And then I put a artificial flower arrangement in this one. However, as we know, this will take water. And that means you could also put a real arrangement in them too.
Well, I was going to say you can drill holes, right? You can drill holes in them. You have to have drainage.
Well, not if you're doing a flower arrangement, you don't. If you're planting a plant, you do.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't you plant a plant in there too?
You certainly could.
I mean, would it rust or
It
does
may
matter?
eventually, over the long period of time,
Yeah.
rust. I was thinking more of a flower arrangement.
Yeah, but well, I'm a potting kind of girl. But I used to do ikebana.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and they were always looking for containers, but usually they were flat. But this is kind of. Did you do?
Yes, this arrangement was done by me. It's all artificial, but isn't it wonderful? It looks real. In fact, a lot of people think it is real when I travel.
But this
with it.
stuff is
Isn't that
interesting.
wonderful?
Yes, I love that. And yes, this does look real.
So it has an Asian bend, and I'm going to tell you something. This is in a top store catalog, and it retails for $275. Wow. So don't think these are little pieces of frivolity that we're dealing with. This really becomes something.
Yes. So how many projects would you say that you do, like say in a month?
Well, you mean the smaller types of projects? I would tell you that because I'm also working full-time at my career, so I've got two
As an
careers
interior
going.
designer.
As the interior
Yes.
designer, right? There's two things happening here. I would tell you that I try to produce 2 projects a month. I try to. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes it slips into the next month. But I've got quite a warehouse of projects, and more so as time goes on.
Are you writing a book on this?
I have written a book. Aren't you cute, darling, to bring that up? I have written a book, and it's sitting in my office, so I'm looking for an agent. It's a how-to book, and it's called Let's Talk Trash with the Goddess of Garbage.
Love the title.
Yes, it's a how-to book.
So you've actually completed it.
Oh, yes, it's completed.
Shouldn't be too hard to find.
No, it's just that time, of course, and with everything I'm doing, my volunteer work and my business and my other business. And
Your items are more for gifts, right?
they're for the home and the office.
For the home and the office.
Yeah, they really are. I really am. As an interior designer, they're more geared towards that. So that's what I do.
Oh, thanks for watching the show, and watch again. So these items, I would